Explain the name of Immanuel. Yes, well, Isaiah 7:14, Immanuel means God with us. And of course, God is with us. Jesus said so in John 14. Have I been with you so long a time, Philip? And others were there too. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Jesus does not do what he's doing. He says that over and over and over again. It's probably the thing he says most often. I have come not of my own will. I do what I see the Father do. The Father shows me, and I do. So when Jesus is with us, who do you think he is? He's God. There's no difference between Jesus and God. That's what he says. I only do what the Father does. That's why you can call Jesus God. That's why God is with us. Is he God in the ultimate sense? No, he says so himself. John 10, if he called these gods against whom the word of God came, Psalm 82, why do you say I have a problem? Why do you say it's a problem for me to call myself the Son of God? So he put himself in that same category. I've done a video on that. I've done multiple videos that show the relationship between God and Jesus, and it's very clear. I don't think there could be any relationship more clearly explained in the Bible than the relationship between Jah and Jesus. So he's the firstborn, Jah's the father, and it's as clear as anyone could write it. And if you don't know what firstborn means, it even tells you that. Deuteronomy 21:17. But having God with us does not mean that God is literally with us. That is, no one can see God. It says that right there in John 1:18. No one has seen God, but the only begotten God who has come, who is in the bosom of the Father. Special relationship. He explained him, and that's how you have God with us. No one has seen God at any time. So we know Jesus was not God. It says so right there. He was not viewing Jesus is not viewing God. It says so right there. No one has seen God at any time. So what you're seeing is God's Son, the only begotten God, who is revealing him. It's exactly what John says. The Father is not an only begotten God. He's God. The only begotten God was with that God, just like all the other sons of God were. So I don't want to go off on this too long because it's not really related to the day text. Try to keep your questions related to the text so we don't get too off topic. But these are things that I think if you've read the Bible for any number of years, you should be able to explain, right? Don't let people deceive you and cause you to think things that aren't taught in the Bible by relying on the Trinity. Okay? You should be able to explain Isaiah 7:14 using John 14 and John 1, or really any text in John or in the Bible. I don't see how anyone could confuse the relationship between Jesus and Jah at this point. It's so obvious and clear that you're either refusing to believe it, or maybe you should just believe it. So I'm going to stop there because arguing over things like that to me is a waste of time. I think these things are very clear, and I want to move on and make people feel better. See how easy it is for people to fall off the wagon or fall off topic onto something that doesn't make you feel better? I want you to stop that. I want you to resist the temptation to argue over something that is so obvious and clear. You shouldn't be debating it. You should be believing it.